All right, let's just get right into it. In the world of sports, we're drowning in headlines, right? But some of the most dominant athletes out there are just flying completely under the radar. So today, we are putting a spotlight on those quiet superstars, the most underrated athletes that you absolutely need to be watching right now.
And that quote, that's exactly what this is all about. We're not just looking for some obscure players you've never heard of. No, we're looking for superstars whose real impact, their true value, just isn't being captured in a flashy highlight reel. So, what's our definition of underrated for this list? Well, we're talking about performers who are all about that quiet dominance. Their impact on the game is huge, but for whatever reason, their mainstream recognition just doesn't match up. This isn't about who you haven't heard of. It's about who you probably aren't appreciating nearly enough.
Okay, it's time to kick off the countdown. We're going to start with our contenders, running from number 10 down to 6. These are 5 athletes who are just consistently playing way above their public perception. Starting this off at number 10 is quarterback CJ Stroud. I mean, after that historic rookie season, he's already playing like a top 5 talent in the league, but the conversation around him just hasn't caught up yet. Then, at number 9, we've got Austin Reaves. People still want to label him a role player, but his production, his efficiency, it's elite. And at number 8, Jamal Musiala. The guy is a creative genius for Bayern Munich, a truly generational talent, but he often gets lost in the shadow of Europe's bigger, flashier names.
Coming in at number 7. That quote right there pretty much says it all about our number 7, Desmond Bane. He is the definition of incredibly effective. He's an elite scorer, a lights-out three-point shooter, and a bulldog on defense. But because his game isn't built on crazy highlights, he remains one of the most consistently slept-on guards in the entire NBA.
And rounding out the first half of our list at number 6,
Micah Parsons. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is Micah Parsons underrated? And look, you're right, everybody knows his name. But this is about a different level of respect. We are talking about a historically dominant defensive weapon, a true generational talent, and yet the biggest contracts, the biggest conversations, they're almost always saved for the offensive guys. His respect level just is not proportional to his greatness. Simple as that.
Okay, so that's our first 5, but now we're entering a whole new level. You ready to meet the truly overlooked elite? These next few athletes, they're not just outperforming their perception, they are fundamentally redefining what dominance even looks like in their sports.
At number 5 is Declan Rice. This guy is the engine room, the defensive wall, the whole tactical brain of his team. His ability to control a game is just immense. But because so much of his brilliance is invisible, breaking up plays before they even happen, he just doesn't get the global superstar recognition that he absolutely deserves.
And at number 4, A'ja Wilson. Let me be perfectly clear here. She is one of the most dominant athletes alive, period. The problem is, the mainstream spotlight just doesn't reflect that reality. She should be a household name all over the world. It's not even a debate. And if you need proof, just look at this. The resume is insane. Multiple championships, multiple MVPs, a historic defensive player. So you have to ask yourself, why is the gap between these accomplishments and her fame one of the biggest in all of sports? It just doesn't make sense. Up next at number 3 is Ronald Acuña Jr. We're talking about a true 5-tool player who is literally changing how modern baseball is played. He's got game-breaking speed, unreal power, incredible defense, the whole package. And yet, for some reason, his superstar recognition still hasn't caught up to the reality of his unbelievable numbers.
All right, our number 2 pick might surprise a few of you. It's Nikola Jokić. And yes, I know, he is a multiple-time MVP. But here's the thing. He's underrated in the most important conversation there is, the all-time greats conversation. People know he's good, but I don't think they truly grasp how historically good he actually is.
And this right here really breaks it down. The mainstream hype is all about flashy plays and athletic dunks, but Jokic's game is built on stuff that's way more historic. We're talking all-time levels of efficiency, a basketball IQ that is second to none, and probably the greatest passing vision from a big man ever. He's not just great, the guy is a walking statistical anomaly. And that brings us to the very top of the list. After going through all these incredible athletes, who could possibly be the single most underrated talent in the entire world of sports right now?
Ousmane Dembélé.
So, why Dembélé? For years, the story around him was all about injuries and inconsistency. But honestly, that narrative is completely outdated. Now that he's fully healthy, he is a creative engine.
His speed is terrifying, and because he's a legitimate threat with both feet, he is almost impossible for defenders to predict. He is finally delivering on that world-class potential, making him one of the most impactful and still criminally underrated players anywhere in Europe.
And that's our list. From CJ Stroud at 10 all the way up to Ousmane Dembélé at number 1, there's a clear theme here. True game-changing impact, it isn't always measured in headlines. It's about redefining greatness on your own terms.
So that's our take. But now it's your turn. Across all of sports, anywhere in the world, who do you think is the most underrated athlete playing right now? Let us know what you think. Thanks for tuning in.